Good evening, afternoon, or morning to wherever you're from, ladies and gentlemen. We are with the Ero Pc1 stream, finally, for once. Been since, I think, Austria.
Finally got a stream working.
Yes, I am hosting the stream this week, I believe. My name is Ryan Chapman, with my co-commentator.
David Hoy, hello. We're both PC2 drivers, so yeah, expect us
We
to
know
be
nothing.
blown away by... We are going to be blown away by the raw pace and skill of these drivers today.
Yeah,
so
we're going to be absolutely...
we're very much looking forward to it. Round 11 here for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. We're just waiting for the grid to form up, and we'll be right underway within a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. While we're waiting, I was out of curiosity, David, would you like to go through the standings? So people are up to date. So people are up to date. There's not been a stream since Austria, so people may not know.
Of course. We want to hold people in baleful suspense. So,
yes.
Currently we have Matthias Gola leading for the Alpines on 113 points. One last out in Italy, so looking to go 2 for 2 in Italy. It'll be very interesting to see what he can do today. Then we have Marek in the Aston Martin. Good run of form recently. Very consistent by the looks of things as well. He's P2, a mere 21 points behind Matthias, so still everything to play for. Speaking of Matthias, we've got another one in P3. He's in the Ferrari today. 81 points, not far off at all. And speaking of not far off, 1 point behind, we have Harry Wales. Goes by the name of Noodles. I've raced him in the debut round Silverstone. I know how quick he is. P4 for him on 80 points. Rounding out the rest of the top 10, we have Tom in the Alfa Romeo, spawning the wonderful Alfa Romeo team today. Definitely no bias here from me. Hope he has a good race in particular. Then we have Jacob Nicholson in the second Ferrari. So Ferrari are looking very strong with 2 drivers in the top
Jacob,
6.
just a thing, I don't think Jacob's racing today.
Yeah, neither's Harry Wales. I've just seen 2 do not start, so apologies. That's just the standings anyway.
It's just the standings.
And then we have the lovely Dino in the Alpine. A very familiar voice if you've ever tuned into the PC1 commentary. PC2?
PC2.
Before this, we were talking about not saying PC2 when we introduced the stream, and it's gone full circle at this point.
Let's go.
So, if you hear PC2 or PC1 being misplaced, I mean the opposite. Yeah. As for the rest of the top 10, we're actually moving from P7 to P9 here. The next driver on the grid is Frederick Ellis in the AlphaTauri. It's a lovely looking car. Great sounding engine. So
I love that. I love the Honda engine this year, dude. It sounds so nice. That little,
so good.
It's like a little high pitched squeal in the back. Oh, it's...
And rounding out the top 10, we have Luke Mills, former combatant in PC2, moved to PC1 after 2 races after a great show of form. So it'd be very good to see what he could do in the McLaren. As we're loading in to the race now, just waiting for everyone to get through.
Yep.
As we approach quali. Interesting to see what the weather does. Do you predict any rain today, Ryan?
I mean, there wasn't any yesterday in the PC2 race, but I'd like to see some. It froze like... Yes, let's go!
We have rain for quali!
What?
And a lot of it as well. We're going to very quickly see who has been doing their practice.
This
so I
is
expect
pure
it'll take
wet weather quali.
It might take a moment or two for people to adjust their setups to suit this rainy track a bit more, as we have an AlphaTauri first out of the garage.
Which one is that? Oh, I think Owen's leaving as well. Owen is also leaving. Which one is that AlphaTauri? Oh, Matthias Jurgiel, I believe his name is, the Ferrari. He's out.
We have
Frederick Ellis
onto the track, so
as he's going around the track,
going to be the benchmark. See just how treacherous the conditions are out there. Doesn't look like it's raining overly heavy, so we may have a run. You can see the car, you can see the track. That might just be for us spectators, but we may have a run onto inters or maybe even dries. We don't know, so it'll be very interesting to see what times the drivers can come out with.
Indeed. Well, hopefully when he gets onto his flying lap, we'll just follow on with him for now. We'll do a little track rundown as he
the track rundown.
coming to mineral water. Actually,
Mineral
aqua minerale.
water.
Actually, aqua minerale is quite accurate for the conditions today.
There is a lot of mineral water currently on the track. And with that being notoriously downhill, will we see a collection of mineral water?
Carbon fiber.
We're seeing carbon fiber there regardless. So I think Deepo said yesterday we had at least
like
7 drivers spinning in that corner.
Coming around Rovatsa, see if he gets a good exit out. Does it get some good speed coming down the start-finish straight?
Looks tidy.
Looks very tidy. Frederick's about to start his lap. So starting his lap, he comes flying down the straight towards Tamburello, which is a sequence of 3 corners. See how he does through here. Very clean in my opinion. Just drive on board. I think he may have just invalidated. Yep.
Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear.
Let's just put on the lap data, the detail on the tyres and the track map on the full. So who else is out on a lap? We've got Luke Mills out on one. We'll follow on Luke Mills.
There he is. Sporting a very similar helmet to our good Lando Norris. Or am I looking at... I'm looking at Luke.
Yeah, Luke Mills. So he's gone through Tamburello, coming up to Villeneuve right now. Very clean through there, quite honestly. I'm expecting the majority of the first few laps to be like slower than usual, as they're like trying to get their like grips with the wet conditions.
That's a good thing with the wets though, is you can fuel up the, you know, a good 5-6 laps and then run most of the session just trying to improve your lap time. Seeing a few yellow flags, looks like it's just cars
Lucas
getting out of the way for everybody.
No, Lucas is that round.
Ah.
That was Lucas, I believe.
Oh no.
I think his name was Lucas. I could be wrong. Someone definitely was round.
Should be seeing some times come through pretty soon. It'll be interesting to see what the general pace is today, at least at the start of the session.
Okay,
Owen's
so
the
Owen with
first
the
one to complete a lap.
126.3.
Okay.
So very nice from Owen there.
That might be good, it might not be, we don't know yet.
Following on the other McLaren. Globetrotter with the exact same time. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So that must have been like millionths of a second quicker then.
No, I'm pretty sure he
Luke
just
comes in with the 27. Oh, Owen put it in first.
He was in the same cockpit. They just they hitched a ride together.
Ah, okay, got ya.
Yeah.
Globetrotter
Some
is
banana peels behind
lap.
everyone now.
Yeah. Sector 3, who was that? Globetrotter just put in another purple first sector, so he's on a flyer again.
Something that probably won't be
Oh, he's nearly... Oh, well held.
Oh. I reckon purple sectors will be all too a familiar sight, as I expect the conditions to improve. It is raining a bit more now, so very interesting to see what happens.
Tom goes in on a P3 in the Alfa Romeo.
I think for this game as well, one thing that we will probably see is some establishment of a racing line just as cars go through and splash the water out off the racing line, so we are likely to see some time improvements here. And we've got a range of times at the moment.
A 25.6 from Matthias over there. That is an entire, I think, what, 7 tenths faster than Globetrotter? That is a lap.
That is a lap indeed, and it might be exactly what we were talking about with as the cars are going around the track, splashing the water off the racing line. We're expecting to see those timing charts light up, purple sectors, fastest laps, but that might be an insurmountable task if the conditions stay as they are for some of our drivers. We're seeing quite a range of times here. I'm assuming the Aston Martin with the 35-1 bailed out of a push lap. So looking at everyone else, we've got about 3 seconds worth of coverage at the moment. I imagine most people still just familiarizing themselves with the conditions. Imola being a new track, Hasn't been out very long, so
No.
I doubt everyone has practiced in the wet. Do we have a spin?
Nearly very close. SRL Johnny 360, one of the new drivers for this week, a reserve, both Red Bulls, I believe, Matty Fu and Johnny are reserves this week, as well as the other Ferrari who hasn't come out yet. Or no, he's out on a lap now. Marvin. All reserves. Keep an eye on them. We don't know their pace yet, so hopefully they can put in a good performance. And
It's always nice to see reserves do well. I remember.
Speaking of the devil, Marvin P3.
Look at him go, Globetrotter, 25-2.
Hey, this is.
So now I'm wondering, is everyone now taking off the sandbags after a couple of laps around the track? We're seeing improvement after improvement across the grid.
A lot
Just
of
gonna get on board
yellow
with someone
sectors as
who's
people are
just
close.
started a lap.
Yeah, let's try and find someone.
One of the Alpha Tauris
Tom
has just
Moira.
started a lap.
Tom Moira is literally coming down the straight now.
Okay.
Getting on board with Tom Moira. I think he was like, where was he in the standings? P4, you said? P5?
He's currently P5.
Yeah, very quick driver.
Definitely capable of jumping the two cars in front of him if they have a less than ideal performance, of course. Harry Wales, who is P4 in the standings, not racing today, so we could see a shift in the standings there.
Very clean through Villeneuve for Tom Moira there, coming up to Osa. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Very nice.
Just on board with Frederick, just unfortunately invalidated his lap in Piratella. Very easy corner to go and invalidate a lap regardless of weather. You want to maximise your speed through there because it takes you straight downhill to Aqua Minerale.
Speaking of the devil.
There's a lot of fast corners around this track, so minimum speed is key. We're going to see the best of the best extract as much as we can in these wet conditions today.
Moira going through the Riante Alta, very nicely done. Coming towards the third sector. Coming towards the two Ravazza. See how he goes.
Whoa.
Quite clean through there.
I just saw Mateus in the Alpine hit a double save. He almost spun out twice coming out of Aqua Minerale.
Tom Moira goes P2. Double save coming out of Aqua Minerale. Very nice.
Yes. Very well done to you for keeping that one on track. A lot of drivers, unsurprisingly, invalidating their laps. We have quite a less busy track now, so we'll have to see if anyone is currently on a push lap here.
An interesting proposition. He's not gone out yet, but Luke Mills fitting the intermediates. He's gone back to the wets now. He's gone back to the wets now. It's sad. It was short. There was a bit of excitement.
We thought, inches already.
See if there's anyone out on a lap.
Will anyone be brave enough to do a Yano Otmo in China? That's the question.
Yes.
Go out on the inters when the pace is less than ideal. Of course, we'll have to see if the race is wet as well. It could well be dry.
Right, on board with the Mercedes of Adam Lappage. A very well-known voice in the PC2 streams. Let's see how well he does when the camera is on him.
I'm expecting inspired strategy call after inspired strategy call today.
There's a lot of people fitting the inters, you know. Like, not like they're just in the pits, they're just fitting them. They're not like going out yet, they're testing the...
They must just be checking the delta.
Yeah, must be having a look. But some people have kept them on though. They might be thinking that the drier line, is becoming...
It updates every so often when you fit them in the pit box, so I'd imagine a lot of these drivers at the moment, with 7.5 minutes left, they're just gauging whether or not they think it's worth going out in the inters at all. If that delta doesn't come down with... Okay, right now they'd have enough time to try the inters out and think, you know what, this is bad, 2 spins out of Aqua Minerale and back to the pits, limping home. But with the wets, as we mentioned at the beginning, there's there's a near infinite durability to them, especially in qualifying. You can just run lap after lap after lap.
Yeah. If anything, you could basically do a practice session-esque sort of like race distance runners. We've got someone going slow in Sector 1.
And you're just letting a car through there. I think they're on an out lap.
Oh, that's unfortunate
Yes, they are.
for Devon there. Invalidating his lap for Acqua Minerale.
Oh. So we have cars coming out on the intermediate tyres. Who is leading this pack of intermediate experimental runners? It looks like it's Globetrotter. The first one to see whether or not these inter tyres are faster.
Coming
Very
out, he's going
interesting
over
to
the
see.
line now. Going to be on board with him, starting his lap. If there's any change?
I think we'll find out fairly quickly with the high-speed nature of these corners. We'll have to see what the splits are.
Comfortable.
Have to see what the first sector split is, as we all know. Comfortable doesn't necessarily mean quick.
Right. Oh, he's nearly lost it, but he's fine. He's kept it. Oh, he's 3/10
down.
But
they can continue running the inters. The delta must be coming down. A lot of drivers switching to inters now. We could see
Nathan Powers 9/10 up.
Oh
no, he's 3,000ths. My bad. I just saw 9/10 for some reason. Must have been a bug. But 3,000th of a second down from his. Going to stay on board with him just to see if it might be quicker for him.
I think we're seeing the crossover here, and a lot of drivers seem to be agreeing with that too. Half the grid plus having at least fitted the intermediates at the moment. Be very interesting to see what goes on. And while we're waiting for Nathan Powers to complete his lap, he's gone what looks like purple in Sector 2.
He has gone purple indeed.
One of the 6 drivers to be in the 25s at the moment. Will we see a breach into the 24s? I'm sure we will. It's just a matter of time.
Globetrotter just coming up the line, doesn't improve, but Nathan Powers coming after him on the intermediate tyres. He's gone in!
He's gone in? Ooh.
Right, let's have a look at Owen then, coming down to...
Maybe the Ravatsas are taking all the time out of these less grippy tyres right now.
Have a look at Owen, see
what
his
a lot of puddles everywhere.
Owen's purple through Sector 2. If you can keep it away from the puddles and on this sort of drier line, then these inters must be rapid, but maybe that is too difficult for the drivers. Who knows?
I think at this stage where we're still at the crossover period, it's quite easy to ask a little bit too much from the intermediates. You fit that faster compound, and you just want to tap the
P1 with a 125.1.
Goes provisional pole position at the moment. Welcome to the 25s. Now have 7 drivers in the 25s here.
I apologise for interrupting you all the time. It's just there's so much going on all of a sudden.
That's all good. That is okay. I'm on board with our current championship leader at the moment. See what time he can put in. Oh, 124.6. Take a bow.
The tyres go like 7/10 faster than Owen. Oh, Globetrotter with a 124.6 as well.
I was just about to say that's a way to stamp your authority on the rest of the grid, but looks like Globetrotter wants that glory today. Looking very rapid in the Haas car.
If there's any other inter-runs, Owen's going around again, I think. Matthias has backed out, maybe. Owen looks like he's backed out. Any other runners? The other Alfa Romeo, Matthias Jelinek, I believe his name might be. I know he's backing out, I think. Fast through there.
On board at the moment with one of the reserves, Marvel in the Ferrari. Currently on a push lap, so it'll be very interesting to see what he does there. Very good through the Ravatsas, keeps a lot of speed up, which is good. Run out down to the straight. Oh, 123.8! I'm glad I caught that. Good grief, we are in inter territory now.
Yes. If there's any other on outlaps, Globetrotter I think coming through the Ravatsas. What he does.
A little bit squirrely on exit, might not be pole. Oh, it it is!
Oh, it's another 20. Oh, the
Right,
This qualifying session, man.
of a second. Someone gets pole. Not if Globetrotter's got anything to do with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
One 100th faster.
he's
If I was Marvin right now, I would be punching
Marvin's on
my
another push lap.
steering
I think he's on another
wheel.
push lap. He's going for it again.
What's the reply going to be, if any? Seeing a few yellow flags, just drivers getting themselves in that
He's purple
position.
through the middle
for-
sector. Marvin is purple
Ooh.
through middle sector. It's
Oh,
really good
Globetrotter's
for
lost it.
outer.
Globetrotter's out. He's out.
Oh,
he's
he's
out
out
of
of quali.
qualifying. He's retired.
that is a front left tire, not on his car. Let's see if Marvin can do something about this.
Just
Knowing
dropped
that the one
he
that is-
dropped it on the exit of Tosa. The rear just left, and there's no chance catching these cars in the wet, especially when you go onto the grass. Absolutely none. It's like
Marvin
running
through
on
the last
ice.
corner. Let's see what he does.
A 123.4.
My word, no
This is one of
Globetrotter
the
to cancel this fastest lap this time.
This is one of the reserve drivers for this week, by the way, guys. Marvin's looking.
Very racy today.
Is there a PC0?
The tire Scola goes slower. That's slower than Marvin. That is okay. Looks like Marvin's
I
looking
think
very
Matthias
racy
in
there.
the Alpine did improve his lap up to P2, but not quite quick enough to take that provisional pole so far.
definitely not.
Oh,
How long has he got
no!
left?
He's
Who-
lost
what?
his wing! Lost
has?
his wing on the exit of Tamburello.
Oh, Marvin's
Just went
gone, but
squirrely. He's now
Oh,
got to quickly
Moira's
get out of the
now
way of
P2 with a
everyone else, just so he doesn't
23.5.
ruin the lap. Does a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
job of it, staying wide on the grass there. So that's qualifying over for our current championship leader.
All right,
Tom
who's
Moira
on
goes P2.
Tom,
Now I'm going to
Tom's
see
on a
people
push lap.
finish. He's on a push lap as well. I'm going to keep an
Yeah,
eye
yeah.
on Marvin. Nope, he's letting people through. He's content.
I'm going to just watch Tom go around the track. He's P2. He's the only one that I can see, apart from Matthias, maybe that can challenge for this P1.
So Matthias
looking-
in the Ferrari at the moment. Oh, not Matthias, sorry. Marvin, the reserve in the Ferrari. Not going for another push lap because
Matthias
he
Gola's off the
doesn't
track.
have the fuel for it.
Matthias Gola was off the track, so he's not going to be able to put in another lap. I think it's only Tom Moira that can challenge this pole position. Going through outer, he's quick. He's
Oh,
going through
hello.
the second sector. Someone squirrely in front of him. It might put him off. Let's hope
But
that the driver in
Williams,
front.
second up at the moment, goes P9, 124.9.
Oh, there's a bit of traffic. Matty Fu is. Oh, Matty Fu has ruined Tom's push lap at the end.
Oh no.
I think that might be a report. Catching that on the stream as well. Just saying, just in case.
De facto steward and commentator today.
As always.
Well, it
You
has
want to
been.
drive all the cars as well?
It's been a
So this
fantastic
looks
qualifying
like
session
it may
so
well
far.
be our grid. Jackie's invalidated in the
Jackie's
Mercedes.
invalidated.
Everyone else is going into the pits. So
It's-
this is our grid. Do you want to run us through the grid?
Well, yeah, I will do. I think with how things stand, it is the reserve driver Marvin Murr, I think his name might be, in P1. Then we have Tom Moira in the Alfa Romeo in P2. Matthias Gola, Alpine, P3. Globetrotter in the Haas, P4. Nathan Powers in the other Haas. Very quick to keep your eye on him.
4-5 for Haas. To see if any
Aye,
team
if-
play comes into play today.
Indeed. Matty Fu in the Red Bull, another reserve driver, putting in a very strong performance into P6 in this very strange qualifying. Oh, as everything's disappeared, I'll get back to the
The standings in a minute.
Yeah, we only needed the top 6. It's fine.
Yeah.
You want to be on the stream, be in the top 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jackie 25 in the Mercedes, I believe. He's putting in a good one. Johnny there with the other Red Bull, both reserves, doing very well. Luke Mills and McLaren rounding out the top 10. We have, I think, Devon, I don't know, Williams. Depending on what the weather's like tomorrow, I would definitely keep your eyes on P11 Owen, because he is quick and he might be on a superior strategy compared to the rest. Dino going a bit slower there. Normally up the order from what I know. And I think that's about it. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
very
the
good.
rest of them.
Don't forget to just quickly flick through the race director for the stream as well.
Is the race director, everyone?
Just so our stewards have an
Incidents.
easier job
There is one
doing things.
Let's do their job, yeah, or just have a quick flick through.
And I can pause it if need be. Just so it's on the
Yes.
screen for evidence. I know I had a
And
claim
there's been
yesterday, which
absolutely no pit
became a
stops.
bit of a struggle. No pit stops. Whoa,
You would have thought.
that's
But yes.
crazy. Bro.
Do we think it's wet for the race? What do you think?
If it's anything like that, quali, I would very much like it to be wet for the race. I
Like
think
it to be interchangeable.
Oh, did you just say inspired strategy?
No,
what will be interesting though is if we have a dry race, we may see a bit of shuffling around the field. If people have fitted their wet setups for Imola, albeit still quite a young track on the game, could see some differences in pace. We'll just have to see. It's one of those tracks where you load the rear quite a lot anyway with downforce, so it might not make too much of a difference, but you never know. People are running 9 or 10 wings, which I see a lot of people running, versus like a flat, say maybe like 8-11 wing setup for a wet setup. Then
dry race.
let's see.
This is dry conditions. I got my facts wrong there. Doesn't matter what you qualify on in wets. You can do the superior strategy no matter what you are. My bad.
Most people not.
From my knowledge from the PC2 race that I participated in, and David, the superior strategy I believe would be medium to softs for the sole reason. But the sole reason is like you won't have as much fuel on board for later on in the race, so the softs don't wear as much, and you still get that superior pace and traction.
Yeah, you'd be a lot more racy with longer lasting soft tires. You pit around lap 20 for the soft tires. You can go to the end. You
can go to the end with soft tires that don't wear as much as if they would be put on the start. But maybe someone just wants that early advantage. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
soft to hard is never a bad option on this track.
I mean, there's not a lot of heavy traction zones on this track. I mean, you've got Tamburello, you've got Acqua Minerale, Variante Alta, and the Ravazza corners. But that's really about it.
There we go. The game has now caught up. Right, so we're on the formation.
Oh, did you only just get the HUD as well?
Yeah. The game obviously
That's like my game's
having
broken.
a bit of a thing there. What
just
I'm going
quickly
to do?
bail out.
Yeah. Do the gap to... We'll do interval and tires. So we only have 4 tires. Frederick has got a bit of an interesting strategy, starting on the hards. I like it. Owen starting on the mediums.
You know, bank on that late safety car and just play for position.
Yeah. I think Frederick's going to plummet. There's so many people around him on softs. The top 6
just
also
have to
on
see,
softs.
yeah.
Top 6 on softs.
You never expect anything special out of the hard tyres on a race start. But these soft tyres, especially under heavy fuel, they're going to notice a fall off sort of 6 laps into the race. They'll go 10, 11 laps, but performance-wise, your front right, which I think you're asking the most of, if I remember rightly.
Yep.
The moment that gets to around 30%, you're going to notice.
Indeed.
So we have the front 3 on the formation lap. Someone tell them it's not the race.
Yeah, I think their tires might be a bit colder than the rest. As they're gonna wait on the grid. We do have 2
Looks like an early morning start in Imola. Might be even more chilly. Speaking of even more chilly, Dino and Frederick. Frederick on the hards,
starting on
hards.
They are gonna be cold hards. They are.
You ever raced on 4 blocks of ice before?
Yes, funny enough, mediums Portimao when I when me and Tuca came together, but
we don't talk about Portimao.
We don't talk about Portimao. We don't talk about but we have to today.
As
I think everyone's lining up. David, would you like to take the honors?
I will.
Go for it.
Okay, the cars are now just about stationary. We're just waiting for the 5 lights now. And here we go. Just waiting on them to come through on the track. Bit of a long wait for the lights.
I don't quite know what's going on. Bugged? I hope it's not bugged. You bugged? There's some...
Ah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Bit of a hold up. And it's go! PC1 round 11 Imola Grand Prix. Looks like a
Globetrotter
good
with a
start
drive-through.
at the front. Globetrotter jumping the start and keeping on board at the front. Tom Maurer and the Alfa Romeo has got an absolute launch. He's going to slot into P2 behind Marvin, looking back at the rest of the field. 2 McLarens and an Alpine 3 wide in the midfield there. Everyone just about looking like they've got through safe. I'm not too sure about damage. Oh, that's brave on the gravel.
Side.
Everyone else wants to go on the gravel as well. I saw 3 cars, all 4 wheels on the gravel there through Villeneuve.
Side by side.
This is an absolute honor of a start. Every car. I'm not sure about damage, but they're all facing the right way. They're still side by side into Aqua Minerale. That's a cut.
That's a cut, but I suppose it's fine. Tom Maurer takes P1. What a fantastic start. That was absolutely amazing watching them go. They were about, what, half the lap round, side by side, no stop? Amazing. Predicted pit stop strategy by AWS says softs to hards. We all know that's a lie. Owens jumped 3 people. He's up to P8.
Considering they're talking about position change, Globetrotter with the jump start down 7 positions. Not quite sure what happened there, but that is less than ideal.
One of the reserve drivers have spun. I believe it was Matty. Yeah, it was Matty. He's got damage going into the pits, I think.
Oh,
Marek's
never a good thing to see.
Oh,
I think this other Red Bull as well. So we have a VSC currently.
VSC. What an amazing start. Just want to say, Tom Maurer, Marvin, well done.
Kept it clean. Right. You kept yourselves at the front.
Fantastic from those two. I think also Owen's done a fantastic job from the start. He was P11. He's now P7.
The second Alfa Romeo driver in P9 as well, up 6 positions. That's a sight for my sore eyes, I have to say. Alfa Romeo in the lead as well.
Yeah, it was a fantastic start. Frederick only dropped 1 spot. Surprising to me, considering on the hards.
Yeah, well done to him. He must have had a decent bite in for the early traction point of the race. This VSC should be ending fairly soon. I'd like to think so anyway. I see near lap long the VSC's round Imola, so...
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully the stewards can get this one going as soon as possible. One thing I would love to see in this game...
Are we go, go, go? We are go, 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 I think.
Looks that way. DRS enabled as well.
We got Marvin coming up to the back of Tom Maurer, coming around the outside and going into Tamburello. See what happens here. He's got. Oh, he's made the move before Tamburello. Oh, Gola just accidentally cut off by Maurer there. I think that's perfectly fine. This front 4 looks very racy.
Very racy indeed. The 2 McLarens. Oh no!
What's happened to Owen?
Owen's out.
Is he just out?
He's out. Devon. Yes.
Those Devon.
After Tamburello.
Oh.
Where's Devon? Is it Villeneuve?
I can't go onto them because they're DNF, but that's
they're DNF. What the McLaren of Owen out of Tamburello and Devon, unfortunately, biting the bullet in Villeneuve. Very unfortunate to see here. I'm not sure what safety car settings PC1 runs on, but no safety cars, no VACs. That'll be why. So must have just been couple of missing wheels on those cars. We have Globetrotter serving his drive-through now, so albeit quite a long way off the pack.
Let's see if Marvin
can clear air is clear air and 1 safety car. Oh, that was his pit stop for medium, so he served the drive-through the lap prior. Which was good that VSC ended when it did then.
Someone... Oh, it was Globetrotter, right? No, wait. Nathan Power's up to P3. He was P4 just a minute ago. I think Luke Someone must have
Dino
jumped on
getting
board.
past the AlphaTauri of Marcolo there. Good move indeed. Up into P8.
Let's see if he can
Less than a
defend
second
it.
behind the second Alfa Romeo is now in P7.
Very.
And we know it's quite a narrow track, but the drivers here today, and I have to say from the other races I've seen and been a part of as well, lots of moves being made.
There's a lot of opportunity to make moves. It's you've just got to trust the other person to not like push you too wide or too far. It's a very trusting track.
Where are the overtake awards when you need them? Oh, Nathan Powers is round. Mirabeau, not Mirabeau, sorry. Aqua Minerali.
Oh, it's another victim.
Oh no, speaking of victims, is that someone else round as well? They may have held it a little bit better, but there is a yellow flag there.
I feel like
Not quite sure who that was.
Nathan might have damage. He just like cut the corner a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's damage, but maybe like side pod damage or something like that. I don't know.
It might just be frustration. Very easy to lose it round there, but you never want to be the person who does. See if he goes into the pits here. No noticeable understeer, so you never know if he's hit maybe his left end plate. You might not see it as much, but he seems to be okay for now.
The battle for P3 is
the battle for P3. Yeah, I was gonna say 5.5 second gap between P2 and P3.
Jackie,
Top two just checking out in this Grand Prix.
Dino's having a look at this Alfa Romeo going up the inside. Let's see if he can make the move stick going through.
Wonderful move. Is he there yet?
Oh, Dino's made it. He's made it. He's up to
made
P6.
it through.
Fantastic move.
Great traction out of Tosa by the looks of things there.
Have a look at
just going through the grid. Yeah, the front two have checked out in this race so far.
Yeah, they are 5 seconds ahead of Luke Mills.
Globetrotter's DNF'd. He's retired at the end of Ravazza. The final
safety car. Safety car.
The one thing Globetrotter needed, he caused himself.
Indeed. This is a shame for Fredericks. He fit the hards. Like, maybe they last a bit longer now, but there's no easy stop for Frederick or the medium runners.
I'm not even sure if all the soft runners are going to want to stop straight away either.
No, maybe not.
The hards that you might ask a bit too much out of the hards at this stage in the race to go to the end. I'm sure it's possible. It might not be the fastest strategy. A lot of people staying out at the moment, so we have
Dino pitting
7
for mediums,
cars
Jackie
into
pitting
the
for
pits.
hards, Luke pitting for hards, Jackie. There's a lot of medium. A lot of people pitting, 2 on the hards, 2 on the. Nathan Powers onto the softs, so he's going to do another pit stop later.
I like this strategy. This is exactly what I did.
I think he's looking for a mid race charge.
Fit
the mediums on.
Go on the hards until the end. Please, I want to overtake them. Fun. P13, why not? Do something different to everyone else. You will cut through this field.
Especially with 2 hard runners there.
Zone and a lot of dirty air with all the fast, narrow corners in this track. Surprising at just how much overtaking is happening throughout this entire weekend for ERO. Very good to see indeed.
So the front 4 is a Ferrari Alpha. I quite like this.
The famous Fafa formation.
Yeah, the famous Fafa. But
quite all the red at the front.
It's nice. It's nice to see that 2 teams at the front instead of like an amalgamation of random colours.
It'll be interesting to see if strategy comes into play at all here, because we have got some top dogs of the championship at the front of this pack as well. So who's going to take a bullet for their teammate, if at all? Who's going to play absolute offense? Anyone going to play super defense?
The Ferrari in P3, I believe he's a full driver. What's his Where is he?
P3 is the second Mateus. You've got Mateus in the Ferrari in P3 and Mateus in P5, currently leading the championship in the Alpine.
You've got the other Mateus that's in P4 as well.
There's another one?
Yeah, in the Alfa Romeo, is he not?
There is.
There is. Oh, speaking of, he's just binned it.
What have you done? That's your fault.
he's completely binned it into the wall on the start-finish straight, I think.
Mick?
Like...
Is that Mick Schumacher?
Wow. Okay, that's surprising. Let's have a look very quickly.
He's binned it on.
Yeah, he just binned it.
Nathan
Wow.
Powers has now gone on to mediums, so perhaps
Medium tyres.
a change of thought, wants to save the softs until the end. Okay, pit exit is clear, so not quite the Mick Schumacher from earlier on this year.
I have a sneaky suspicion that the front three might regret not pitting.
Oh, front four. Front four, I mean,
are going to regret
Frederick's
not pitting.
sitting in P5.
P5 on his hard tyres. He's going to go
6
to
lap on
about...
hards that he started on.
He's probably going to go to
Albeit-
what? Lap
Oh,
25 maybe, and
I mean,
fit
with
the
this
softs
safety
and
car,
make a
you
late
could-
charge.
You can go as long as you want. Know that the softs at the end are going to serve you very well for a late race charge.
I think it might be like a lap 25 or 26. Bolt on those softs for 6 to 7 laps and have a massive late race charge. But
They are
these soft
good.
runners, yeah, those late games.
I'd say you should try it, but
go away.
we won't talk about last race.
No. Oh, Dino with a 5-second penalty with Mark Dula apparently contact under the safety car.
It's easily done.
Someone else with a penalty there as well. Let's just have a look. Oh, safety car in
Mark
this
Dula
lap.
being the car behind. Let's hope he doesn't have damage here.
What penalties? Oh, Luke Mills with a 5-second penalty as well. Apparently ignoring yellow flags, I think. So,
Just must have gained or something there. Perhaps he got past unfairly. We're not too sure. The race
but I think
is
Marvin has bolted.
underway. Hasn't pulled too much of a gap to Tom behind.
No, Tom's definitely kept it.
Is
But I don't think-
Frederick? No, he's settled into P5. There was a position change there momentarily.
Speaking of Frederick, he has been
Tidy
overtaken by Lucas.
so
Oh, Lucas has
far.
lost it! The Williams has lost it! He's gone into the wall, I think.
Oh!
Lucas loses his front wing.
Oh my
Unfortunate.
god, that was sensational. How is he still going?
There's some very, very interesting.
Not the first time we've
Dino
seen a
with
William into that
another
wall this year.
5-second penalty. Ignoring yellow flags, apparently. Obviously, you're not allowed to overtake under yellows. Frederick with a 3-second, just taking too much of the track. But yes.
Oh, I'm just looking at these two cars behind at the moment. Oh, it must be so frustrating for... Oh, hello.
Is that another spin? Dino spun it.
Oh, he spun it.
Dino out
I've
of, I
seen-
think, Acromana Rally.
Oh, no.
As another victim.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. I've just seen, yeah. He's got 3 seconds for warnings, but he overtook the Williams in last place. Under yellow flags, of course, the Williams without his front wing. I was about to mention that this Red Bull driver here must be getting frustrated being held up by a slow-moving Williams.
Yeah.
Just ignored it entirely.
Well, Marvin and Tom have pulled about a 1-second gap to Matthias, so when the DRS comes on, they are just again going to leave. Lucas, 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. Maybe overestimated how much downforce.
Yeah,
he lost.
he's missing his front wing there, so I've done it before. I'm sure most of the drivers here just either got the penalty or surprised themselves at the lack of stopping power from a car with no front wing.
No front wing, yeah, definitely.
It's only been 9 laps.
No, 9 laps.
I think this is the first time I've seen the lap counter in about 3 laps because of all the yellow flags and safety
Yellow
cars.
flags, yeah. For some reason, there's a safety car in sector 1 yellow flag. Not sure why. I think it might be a bug of the game, maybe. He keeps
And
showing
maybe
up.
Cardi just left his pit assist on, who knows?
Sector 2, there's been something, apparently.
Maybe the game is just expecting too much.
There seems to be a lot of yellow flags just happening randomly.
DRS enabled, so we will
DRS
see
enabled. Tom Moira.
next lap,
So,
I believe, is when we will get the DRS for the main straight. Start seeing some moves there. Tom, only half a second behind Marvin in the Ferrari out in front. Both on 9-lap-old softs, looking to pit soon, I'd imagine, with the VSC and safety car. Then maybe go another couple of laps before pitting. Definitely want to go into the mediums at this point. I think it's a bit of a waste of pace if you go on the hards with the slower laps that these drivers have had to go through.
Tom is very close
my,
to the back.
My track map is doing all sorts of
random
yellow flags at the moment.
Yeah.
It's got permanent green flags in sector 2, which is nice.
Yep,
Nice
see,
to know
there's
that the
another sector
drivers
1 yellow
can
flag,
just
no reason.
race. Ah,
I'm
who
assuming
knows?
it is just a bug. I'm assuming it's a bug, but I think at the end of this lap, it's either going to be pit stops for these front four or a move done by Tom Moira. He's very, very close coming down.
I'd expect the move here unless Marvin wants to use. He's
Rebecca.
46 ERS versus 56 ERS, so if Marvin wants to stay in front, he may deploy a lot here. Be interesting to see. He's not deploying. Now he is. He's deploying a fair amount. Seems to have got the better exit out of the second
I also think Tom
there,
had a
so
bad exit, yeah.
yeah. So very much likely to keep the position this lap, but he's had to dump so much ERS. Now 30% advantage for Tom in the Alfa Romeo.
I think keeping an eye on the front two is going to be interesting, but let's see what's happening on behind. Frederick's still in P5 with his hards, 10 laps old, doing quite well
looking
there.
for a move around the outside here, turn 1. Gets the move done on the Aston Martin driver, very good indeed. Now 5 seconds to close up to the next Aston Martin driver. They're both on 4 lap old hards.
Oh my! Going round Tosa, there's a train of cars.
Led by
coming from Mark Dula.
Yes, Mark Dula. 2 seconds off the back of Jackie at the moment, leading this train through. So, being the one driver in clear air, I'm sure he'd very much like to break the DRS so that he's not come under all sorts of pressure from the drivers behind.
Tom Moira with a 3-second penalty.
Oh, not
hamper
what
his
you want
race.
to have happen.
Gonna hamper his chances at winning this race.
We're at 1/3 distance. There's still plenty of times for other drivers to get penalties. At the moment so far, we've only got 7 drivers left on the grid who have not got some form of penalties. So let's hope they can keep it clean. That is going to help them in their finishing results.
Mark Dula, oh, he's kept it. He's done very well to keep it on the track there, nearly spinning it out of the Ravazza there. That was very close.
Had a moment in the first Ravazza as well. He dropped a position there and dropped a heap of load of time to
Luke Mills around the outside going into Tamburello. What a move. Fantastic by Luke Mills there. Keeping it calm and composed. Oh, but he's lost it on the exit.
Aston Martin in the pits for a wing change.
Ah, that's
not
very
help his race on. So he's okay, right? So we have Aston Martin on the mediums. Marek, remember, P2 in the championship, planning to go to the end. Gonna need a safety car if he wants a good finishing position here, so you never know. Matty Fu with a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
Let's have a look at how many penalties people have got. So Tom with only 3 seconds. Oh, Mark Dula's lost it on the exit of Acra Minerali. Matty Fu. Matty Fu goes through. Matty Fu goes through.
How it feels to drink Minerali water.
Well, this is going to be quite interesting now because Luke Mills, who was, Mark Dula, who was the lead of this train of 3.
I'm going to have to cut you off here. Tom Mara going for the lead.
Oh, he's going for the lead of the race on the outside.
Into
Has he got the move done? Oh, is he? Oh, he's done a
just
fantastic
in front. He's
move.
done it. There he goes. This might be a pit lap as well, so very crucial to get the lead into the pits as well. No more DRS zones until then. We'll have to see.
Looking at
down the rest of the grid, we have Marcello 9.5 getting past the Alpha Tauri going up to P7. 3.5 seconds back for Jackie in the Mercedes. So, as I was saying before, really wanting to get out of DRS range from the rest of this train because there's still a 3-car train here trying to fight for P7.
This battle for P7's fantastic. Mark Dula, no
Jackie
offense.
on the back of Frederick there as well, only half a second behind. So
I think they are both on the hard tyres as well. Even though Frederick's 6 laps older, let's see if he can keep the Mercedes, who's looking to go
yellow flag
into sector 2.
Marco's lost it in Piratella.
Ah, Mark Dula, no, he's not got a front wing either. That's very unfortunate.
That is not ideal, unfortunately, for the Hungarian driver.
I did see that happening. He was getting very squirrely on some corners. Maybe the setup a bit too aggressive. Maybe just not.
Maybe. It's not ideal.
Luke Mills right on the back of Matty Fu. Let's see if he can get. Oh, he's lost a ridiculous amount of time to him now. What's happened there? Matty Fu's into the pits now, coming off of those 10-lap-old mediums.
That's how you deal with the time loss. The safety car's called. Matty Fu has timed this pit stop perfectly.
What's he putting on? He's putting on the softs.
Blessed be the soft runners, unless your name is Matty Fu. You really... Was he on the softs to begin with?
I don't know. I think no. I don't think so. But
Yeah,
I
let me
will
check the race
say,
director here. I would say if he's starting on the mediums,
for it.
you really should go for hards at this point.
I will say, the front three now are in a lot of trouble from.
He started on
believe-
mediums. Okay.
So the front three, do they pit at the end of this lap? And if they do, how bad is Ferrari going to get ruined because they're both there?
I think they're probably gonna come out in front of Matthias Gola in the Alpine. It's about a 25-second stop here without the safety car.
The issue is the two Ferraris are 2-3. They are P2, P3.
Oh, right. Who's gonna bite the bullet and stay out an extra lap?
I think Matthias bites the bullet
unf-
because of Marvin's lead. I think you
it's-
prioritize lead driver. Yep, no.
I would probably.
They're both
actually
going in.
double
They're both
stack
going
here.
in.
Yeah, I was gonna say the double stack. If you look behind where Matthias Dula is in,
Fredrickson.
Matthias Gola is in P7. There's a 12-second gap back. So even if you are held for the double stack, it might be better than waiting until the field bunches up. Now that they're not having to, race to a
Frederick
delta
onto
once
the
they get
mediums.
past the start-finish line again.
So Fredericks jumped Matthias. That was pretty much guaranteed because of the double stack.
Yeah,
Tom is P1 again.
yeah.
Marvin in P2. Then you've
Dino's
got
up to P3 with the fresh hard tires.
Matthias has just jumped.
Oh
to
no,
P3.
sorry. The name swapped over?
Matthias Gola just went to P3. That must have been either a fantastic stop or he stopped the previous lap. He is now in a very good position. Well, actually, maybe not because he's on hard compared to medium runners, but he is a very quick driver in his own right. I believe leading the championship of PC1. Frederick has pulled a bit of a
mediums
great move.
Mediums are capable of doing a good 20 laps at this stage in the Grand Prix, so I'm not sure if the hards will really end up being faster at the end of the race either, because there's about a 0.6-second delta between the two. We're racing on the three middle compounds of tyre today, the C2, C3, and C4. So I know. We're Minerali, that's why. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mineral water, as Adam would call it. Speaking of, Adam is down in P12 at the moment. Fresh hard tyres fitted, going to the end. So...
I think the bot is driving him because he seems ghosted to me.
Oh.
I think he's had issues like connecting this race or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe a desync. I'm not too sure.
Desync, who knows? But I definitely think that there's something going wrong with either Adam's car or AI or something like that. I'm not sure. Who knows at this point? I think this might be. Is it going to be this or the next lap? That's last lap of the safety car. I'm not sure. I think it might be next lap. Like after this one.
Yeah.
So we've got... What's happening here? Luke. The pack being bunched up like
just
this.
looking at the stream chat while we're under the safety car, and Adam is saying that it's DC'd him, so very unfortunate there.
Unfortunate for you there, Adam. Not enough mineral water, apparently.
Maybe someone poured mineral waters on the F1 2021 servers. I've heard. It might fix more problems that this game has than caused them, to be honest. But as we're now waiting for the field to bunch up again.
Dino's pulled a really interesting thing. Well, I say interesting. I don't know what he's done. He's like 15th, but is in the middle of the pack because of the safety car. So I'm assuming at the end of this lap, he's going to be let go, allowed to catch round back up.
Really?
But unsure. Yeah, if you hover over Dino, you see he's just in the middle of everyone. I'm assuming he'll be let go eventually and is able to catch up, I think. I'm not sure.
To be honest, I think that's just a glitch. It might be a desync, but it might just be a glitch for the actual tower. We'll have to wait and see until everyone is filtered through. Because Dino, if I remember rightly, is P7, P8 at the moment. So I think the tower's just having a moment.
Maybe. Right, going to be on board with Marvin just to see when Tom wants to pull it off. Safety car is in this lap.
Absolutely. I'll be on board with Tom, see what happens here.
Going on.
No stranger to a safety car restart, these two. Well, definitely Tom, but still keeping them close.
Tom's gone,
Ah, he's gone. Bolted. See what happens. Okay, Marvin was no fool. Mateus behind either wasn't, so about as average as average of a safety car restart as you'd expect for for a track with such a long straight here. I've seen good restarts come out of the end of the first Bravazza.
Matthias already nearly losing Jackie, so when
who's that? He's
DRS
gone out
comes
there,
back.
Aston Martin. Oh, there's an Aston Martin in the back window, front wing.
Luke Mills, I think, is decent.
Did say he's left, just to see if he's ghosted.
Let's go.
He's falling off the back of everybody else. That's so unfortunate. So he can get back soon as well.
Actually,
5-second penalty if he comes back. I'd expect that to be removed.
As things stand, as much as I know we're only around just over halfway through this race, as things stands, Matthias Gola would win this race via penalties and whatnot.
Well, what we have here, one thing we haven't actually said is, except for maybe Dino, who's, I'd imagine is having some form of connection issue at the moment, we have a long sprint race to the flag. I can't see anyone, at least under green flag, running.
Speaking of Marvin making a move on Tom Moira, I do apologise. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, it's
on
all
the
good,
outside on Tamburello. Tamburello's through before Tamburello. Fantastic manoeuvre from Marvin. There's a lot of overtakes going into Tamburello at the moment. The move is mostly done before they even reach the first part of it. But I do apologise. Carry on with what you were saying.
No, it's all good. I was just going to say how, speaking of green flag running to the end of the race, very, very unfortunate for our Aston Martin driver down in P. May as well call it P last. Doubt he's going to get any points there, so that is, looking at the names, I haven't updated the nicknames on the sheet, that is Adam in the Aston Martin.
Adam's so stack.
Probably going to have a bit of a lonely race. Mineral Waters claimed another victim.
Mineral Water claiming yet another victim, really? That Adam, is it?
Unfortunately, so I think it was Jackie, actually, by the looks of things.
Speaking of, Matthias Jogiel in the Ferrari gained 9 positions so far this race. On the back of Matthias Gola.
Beat me to it.
On the back of Matthias Gola, he's probably going to try and make a move on the straight.
Can we see a double overtake here? The AlphaTauri's biting at the heels of these two here as well.
Literally behind them. Let's see what's happening. The Ferrari's made the move. Let's see if the AlphaTauri wants to make a move into Tamburello. Maybe not. Very clever, very clever.
About.
Let's see if he wants to do anything into Villeneuve. If he's close enough, it might happen. He's using a bit of his ERS. No, nothing going
about
there.
The same ERS as well, so this is just going to come down to...
This is a race for P3. At the moment, Matthias Gola, I think...
Ferrari are on for a P3. Cracking finish.
See if Ferrari... Let's see if Matthias Jogiel, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but let's see if he can make a move away from... Gola, mainly because like those are mediums versus hards. There might be a chance to gain a 3-second gap over about 12 laps that are remaining.
I'm just looking at the penalties at the moment. All of the front runners with 3-second penalties apart from Matthias Gola in the Alpine. So if he can keep it clean, he may be able to catch back up in the latter phases of this race and nab a position or two.
Speaking
very
of
good
Matthias
to see
Gola,
indeed.
Under threat from Frederick Ellis, who has played a bit of a strategic gamble this race, and so far seems to be very much working. Dumping a lot of VRS, getting the DRS open, going down the home straight. Let's see if he can make the move.
Matthias got DRS as well off the Ferrari.
Let's see. Matthias, is it going to be a move?
It's a
move around the outside. Tamburello. I think there might be a bit of cheekiness there, a bit of contact.
I don't know. There was room. The door just got shut that tiny bit. Frederick wanted to keep all four wheels on the track, understandably. That is quite a tight corner if you're not taking it from the racing line. So I think that's just a bit of a minor incident. Thankfully, both drivers look to be completely fine. I'm sure we'll see this again in a lap's time.
So I'm gonna
probably
All this
stick on.
fighting though.
It's a fantastic
All
track
this
for
fighting.
fighting. I will say Tom Moira has completely dropped Matthias.
Yeah,
3
Matthias
second
is,
gap.
Oh, hang on. Marvin pitted for fresh
Oh.
softs. He's
Oh,
going for a
Marvin's
late
on
race
soft.
charge. Plenty
Okay,
of clean
this
air in
is
front of him, but
interesting. Let's see if he
as
can
I'm
make something
sure you
work.
know, if you want lap times, you need DRS.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Clear
this
air's
is going
going to
to
help
be
him a bunch
interesting.
on this track, though.
Tom, at this stage, cannot pit if he wants to win this race. If he wants to
Dare
win
I
this
say,
race,
Tom at this stage cannot lose.
yeah, at this
Keeps
stage
a
he
level
can't
head.
lose. But if he
Do it
gets
for Alfa Romeo, Tom.
if he gets penalties, but Frederick's making a move on Matthias around the outside, going into Tamburello, and he's made the move. Let's see if Frederick can now catch up to Matthias Yergio. He's getting some late game pace or some mid race pace out of these mediums, looking very racy.
Yeah, no, it's just what you see every time you load up into the game. You get an email from the game and you think, oh, it's free things. No, we've updated the driver stats once again. Looks like he's been given a bit of a buff.
But yeah,
Lions the final third of this race.
definitely.
How
Let's see
many
if he
more
can catch
updates
up
will
to
it take to
Yergio.
make Nikita Mazepin 0 pace? Bring Ragunathan back. He'll be better than somebody.
So, moving on to a bit behind Matthias Gola, we've got Matty Fu and Luke Mills going through Aqua Minerale. Keeping it safe, Matty Fu, a bit squirrely on exit there. This is the battle for P5 as things stands. Luke
My
will
intervals
get
have
P5.
disappeared.
What? My intervals
Yeah,
have
I'm
disappeared
looking
as well.
at-
Fantastic.
I'm
This is
looking
great.
at...
Plus dash minus. It's fantastic.
Yes, these Red Bulls have created a McLaren sandwich here.
Right,
I
so we're
think
just gonna...
with the gap that Luke Mills has behind Matty Fu, should be a bit of an easy overtake.
but Luke
provided
Mills
everything goes
doesn't have a
okay.
lot of VRS. He's only got about 10%. I don't think he's going to be able to
Matty
make the
doesn't have
move.
much more either.
Luke
Remember,
Mills is
ERS
going
on
into the
this
single
game
digits.
less powerful when you get into the final 10%.
Oh,
which
is he
does
going to make
last
the move
that
on the
bit
inside of
longer.
Tamburello? Oh,
He's
made
it
that
stick.
move
Good
very
move overall.
nice.
Just park the
Very
bus here, take the P5 if you can, and
Indeed.
just harvest ERS.
Oh,
You wanna have
VBR
some to
Marvin
fight
with a
for?
116.3 on those fresh soft tyres, I think.
It was only a matter of time. Jackie in P14, he's taken inspiration too. He's on his outlap, so we're seeing the dry quali that these drivers so desperately hoped for.
Wanted. That's how far behind is he from? I can't see how far behind he is from Marek in the Aston Martin because the intervals aren't working. But
Okay, so who are we looking at? Let's try and guess.
VBR Marvin to Marek. The Marek's just about going through Aqua Minerale, and VBR Martin is just going around Paratella. So I'm going to say about what, 2 seconds, 3 seconds behind, maybe.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm not sure, but like he's catching up like an absolute storm. Those not worn mediums not doing Marek many favors when it comes to the pace of VBR Martin. But moving back up the order, Matthias Gola seems to be catching up to Ellis on the straight. On 1 lap older hards, the mediums still
Oh, the
powerful at
intervals!
this stage. The intervals are back! Yay! But
You
he's
get to see
sorry,
how
my
wrong you
bad.
were.
Yes.
3
But,
seconds.
My bad, but he's apparently 9 seconds behind, but I think that will be
It'll be 3 seconds at some point, I'd like to think.
removed very quickly, yeah. There's a lot of removing
Speaking
going to
of
be
3
done at that time.
seconds, just going to go back and have a look at the rest of these penalties here. So, as it would currently stand, provided Matthias Gola can stay within 3 seconds of Frederick and the Alpha Tauri, that would be a podium finish for our championship leader. However, the man that we should expect people to be worried about, 3.7 seconds ahead in the lead, Tom Moira.
He
He hasn't got
currently,
much ERS at the moment, but I'd imagine he's just cruising. He's lapped Jackie now as well, so yeah. Very
think
good driving indeed from him so far.
8 laps of this Emiliano Romagna, I think that's how you pronounce it, Grand Prix. Imola.
Emiliano.
Emiliano, I don't know.
Sounds like something I'd order at a restaurant.
True, very true. Yes.
There are clouds.
There are clouds.
There are clouds.
Yes, it is becoming overcast. I don't think it's gonna rain, and I don't think it's going to rain enough for people want to come in for intermediates or anything like that. But if there's like a few droplets of rain, if it sort of becomes intermediate conditions on the last few laps,
Yeah.
like lap 29, 30 odd,
Yeah.
you're not going to want to pit. You're going to want to try and make it on dry tires. Matthias Gola going very, very badly through Aqua Minerale, nearly loses it, is now out of a second of Frederick Ellis. I think Matthias got a bit too punchy there. Managed to make a bit of time up in the
He's
outer
going to have it for the
chicane.
detection point, so no real time loss for him. I'm just looking now. On the chance that it does rain, but not enough for people to box to inters, these hard compound runners are going to struggle.
Yes.
I don't think we're ever really going to get to a point where it does rain. There are only 7 laps
Speaking
left.
of hard
but-
compound runners that are struggling, Mark Dula going to be completely overtaken by Nathan Powers there. No real fight to be put up. Just on the faster compound with more ERS and
Yes.
DRS.
DRS versus no DRS, and one of the best passing opportunities on the calendar.
But he is... just
It's a long
because of the-
straight, but it's not long enough like Baku for where people who get past midway through don't get a chance to fight back. So
Yeah. And Nathan
once you
Powers
open the
making a lot
DRS,
of
the
time
move's
up on
kind of
Johnny.
done.
Made a lot of time
Damn.
up on Johnny already.
I have
Yeah,
to say,
staying on
this DRS straight is, I mean, one of the nicest feeling overtaking zones I've seen so far, at least for the tracks that we've raced on this year. Managed to get so many moves done. Unfortunately, having to drive one more recovery drive yesterday than I would have
Johnny's
liked.
got a bit wide for Aqua Minerale, opening the door for Nathan
Oh.
Powers, maybe? No, a bit too far behind.
Got a car round.
Who?
That is Frederick. He's had a moment.
Unfortunate
He's having a
for
look at his
Frederick
car.
there.
I can't see any obvious damage. Cosmetically, it all looks okay.
Okay.
Just to see how he's handling his car. Probably still hot tyres, so I'm not going to judge it just yet. He's into the pits. Onto
Nathan
softs,
Powers has
perhaps
gone
a new
round.
front wing as well.
Nathan Powers
Oh
has gone round.
no!
Severe collision, Mark Dula may have hit him.
And that's a safety car as well.
That's another safety
Music
car.
to Frederick's
Are
ears,
we
I'd imagine.
going to be having a late game soft?
We're having a sprint race.
It's a sprint
We're
race.
having a sprint race. This has had
Just saying.
everything today.
Just saying, Frederick is in a fantastic position here. Fresh soft safety car. There's 6 laps. Everyone in front of him, 10-lap-old tires, hards and mediums. If he can hook
I'd
these
imagine while
laps
they're
up,
still racing to the Delta though, like they still have to race to the Delta this lap. So, although Frederick, yes, he's in a great position, he's not going to be able to make inroads on these guys. He's going to have that frustrating Delta to keep to, unfortunately.
I think when everyone has grouped up and you've got that three.
I'm expecting every single person at the front to pit. I don't reckon anyone in this top 5 is going to be brave enough to stick it out on those worn tyres. I certainly wouldn't with a gap like that, knowing everyone else is likely to pit.
24.
Pit as well.
Yeah, I think this is a pit. But this helps Matthias Gola out so much. He doesn't have
he
penalties.
gets the even.
Oh,
even
Tom Moira's
fight with
staying
no
out.
Penalties.
They're staying out.
Ooh.
Tom and
Oh.
Matthias are staying out. Matthias
So
Gola's
they
gone
don't
in.
want to ruin their lead. However,
I think this is a
Quite-
big mistake.
it's
Matty
a tricky
Fu
one
in.
to call because the tire, like the mediums, they've still got, half of their life left. But the tires might still feel good. I just expect that they're not going to be able to pull away from a bunch of hungry, fresh soft runners, some of which who don't have penalties.
Matthias Gola coming out of the pits. I think he's done a fantastic move here.
He's
he
only
might even
dropped
just
one
win.
position.
think
Matty,
he-
probably the same. He's only going to drop one position here as well. Maybe 2 to his
Yeah.
teammate.
I think this is a fantastic move from. I think Frederick, Matthias, and Johnny and Matty here are going to be the ones to watch for the end of this race. Marvin also put on. Marvin also have put on a fresh set of softs. Another driver to watch very quick.
Here. Yeah, a lot of
This
drivers
is-
here who have those fresh softs in hand.
I think Tom, the Ferrari Matthias, and Luke Mills have made a bit of a stick. Oh, there's a severe collision apparently. Marvin,
Oh!
severe collision with Mark Dula. Where's Mark Dula? Apparently, may have been a
Looks all okay,
slight
just a
touch.
tap maybe.
Maybe a slight tap,
It
but under
happens.
safety car, that's 5 seconds.
It happens. Happened to
Matthias
be in
Gola
Bahrain.
has reached the back of the front three. This is gonna heat up. Ellis not that far back either. I think this is going to be what I'm saying. I'm going to say 3 laps.
I just want to point out. I just want to point out that at this point in the race, we have Jackie running a 5-stop race.
Come on, Jackie. Let's get a points finish for that, man.
Both Aston Martins as well as Nathan Powers, Matty Fu running a 4-stopper.
So,
it's crazy.
As things stand, Matthias Gola would win this race.
Yeah,
What?
I don't think this top 3 are going to be able to drop him. I don't think they'll be able to drop any of the close behind soft runners.
Let's check the penalties very, very quickly. Penalties. So, Luke Mills has 5 seconds. Frederick would get P3, I think. Because of 5 to 3 seconds.
Just had it clarified in the chat. Sorry to interrupt. No rain expected. And at this point, yeah,
rain expected.
No rain expected. We are going to have what looks like end of lap 29. The safety car will probably come in.
Like a 3-lap sprint race. This is right. For the first time commentating, fantastic racing. I've loved this.
this has been an insane race. We've had wet quali. With like intermediate condition changing. We've had a race that has just been absolute carnage.
We've had a sprint race.
We're having a sprint. Oh yeah.
Multiple safety cars and BSCs. It's been good. It's been very good. I have to say.
I've really enjoyed it.
Ha ha ha.
What?
I need to see if this is. No, it still is Ghost.
Who, Adam?
I was about to know you, Adam, with the inspired strategy calls, but it's his Ghost, unfortunately. But speaking of inspired strategy, I think today, rather than dumping it in for softs near the end, it's the opposite, staying out on 12-lap worn medium tyres. It'll be harder to get heat into as well. They might slip around a bit as the tyres wear, so just waiting now for the final Aston Martin and the Mercedes of Jackie to get to the back of this grid. The safety car takes quite a while to lap this track, so I'd imagine Jackie will be on the back of this train by the next lap.
On the back by the end, and I think.
I hope so. I want to see an extra lap of sprint racing.
It's very tight to call. I think Matthias Gola will win on penalties. It doesn't matter, but we all know as drivers ourselves in F1 2021, you want to win on track. So I think he might be trying
Mark
to go
Dula's
for
in the
it.
pits.
Mark Dula
Throwing off
in
his
the
2-lap
pits.
old softs for fresh
Everyone's
softs. I don't blame him.
Everyone is just going for it. I love it. Fantastic.
He only drops the 1 position, so
yeah, it's not going to do him harm. We'll say.
yeah. Oh, hang on, no, he's dropping 2.
He was
Jackie
out
gets
of
past him as well.
but
Maybe
he was
a
out of the
mistake there,
points. He was out of the points. Maybe you can take points away
Yeah.
from
I
for
see the
fastest
logic
laps
in
and
it, but I
whatnot.
think if it was me, I'd rather be passing two cars for points rather than 4. But
Yeah.
it may work for him. We'll just have to see.
Oh,
These guys are gonna
Matthias has been down the safety car. Oh, one of the medium runners.
Oh,
dear.
no.
Oh, it's gone. Please don't tell me that's gonna end the race under safety car.
Oh no,
Don't let that
no,
end up.
It's coded in this game for it to force the safety car in on the before the final lap. So there's 1 lap worth of racing.
Oh, okay, thank God.
And I don't think
Safety
it's
car in
programmed
this lap.
in this game.
Safety
Yeah,
car in this lap. So,
as it's beaten me to it, I don't think it's programmed in this game for it to extend a current safety car either. So,
Okay.
a 3-lap sprint race.
3-lap sprint race. I'm going on board with Matthias Gola. This guy, I'm sure he wants to win this on track. He's got better tyres.
Full race director for this from the front here. Another restart for Tom. Now only 2 medium runners at the front. An easier task, arguably, for Matthias
Yeah,
Gola in
Tom's gonna-
P3.
Tom's gone.
Tom's round is gone.
Matthias has got Luke Mills here. Matthias has got him. That was a fantastic
Matthias
start
read
from
that
Matthias.
one perfectly.
He's
He's
going for
already
the
done
outs-
half the battle.
Going on the outside of Tamburello. Let's see if he can keep it. Let's see if he can keep it round. Luke Mills giving the
Very
space.
nice.
Oh,
2
fantastic
Red Bulls
move.
exchange positions into turn 1 as well.
Frederick might get Luke
Not sure if there
coming
was
out
contact.
at some point. Tom Moira must be kicking himself not to go on the softs.
He's got to bolt it. He's just got to hope that people get
Don't
into
think he
fights behind
can.
him, which I don't
Matthias
think
is
Luke
already
Mills could be
there.
able to challenge
Oh, Tom Mills
Matthias.
did it.
That's the thing.
Tom with a very squirrely exit on the exit of Tosa coming up to Piratella. Matthias is on him. He's 5 tenths behind. I don't think Tom's going to be able to do that.
There's no chance.
Superior grip.
Unfortunately, no chance
Look
for
how
him
much he
unless
just
something
closed in.
drastically bad happens.
How much he just closed in on Aqua Minerale there.
It is unfortunate to see, unfortunately, that these things can happen. Oh, Jackie's round
He's round again. Is it
at
Aqua
the
Minerale?
back.
Oh, it was.
Aqua Minerale, yeah, and
Oh, can we just point
Mark
out
Bueller
VBR
had
Martin
listed
back
there
up
as
to
well.
P5? Considering his...
what a recovery from him.
Oh, Frederick and Luke is a sitting duck to these two. And Matthias going for the lead on Tom Moira. It's basically all but done. On the outside of Tamburello again, maybe? Moira using a lot of ERS, so's Gola. Let's see if he can make this stick on the outside of Tamburello. Moira going very aggressive on the defense. Oh, he keeps it in front. Oh, Ellis going in for the move on Luke. Oh, out comes
Frederick's
Marvin
lost out.
from nowhere. Marvin's coming up from the inside. Oh, this is fantastic racing towards the end of this race. Marvin on the inside of Villeneuve. Fantastic move. Luke Mills and Ellis is taking him on the exit as well. Oh, there's a bit of contact. What's going on?
Luke Mills.
Oh, it's fantastic. And behind them, there's so many cars. This is
They've all kept it on the road.
Oh, it's amazing.
Currently, as it stands, if no more position changes happen, Frederick
Oh,
will
Frederick
get
with a
on the
penalty.
podium from penalties. He still might. Actually, no.
He's
it's too
taking
close to
penalties.
call at the moment.
Marvin's got 8
I was going
seconds
to
of
say that
penalties.
he'd be P3 easily.
Oh, he's got 8 seconds of penalties. Marvin's on 6 seconds. We need to keep an eye on those two to see if he can keep within 2 seconds of Marvin. Matthias Gola 100% has won this race.
One other driver that we need to keep an eye on, actually, is in P10, the Aston Martin.
The Aston Martin of Marek. He
P2
was
in the standings. He's got no penalties too. It looks like he's got past his
overtaken
teammate. What's
his
that team
teammate?
orders there as well?
Maybe.
If he can just close up to the back of Nathan Powers here.
Matthias
and
Gola
get
going for the
back.
lead, maybe on the inside of Tamburello this time, coming down the last straight. This
Doesn't
is
need
the
to win on
last
track.
lap
It's
of
all
the
for
race.
pride. He's
It's
done
all
it.
for pride.
Oh,
Let's
is he
go.
going to stick?
He's
Easily
made it.
done. There
Matthias
we go.
Gola. Marvin behind them. Matty
So
Fu
Tom
making a
Merrill
move on
will
Luke
get
Mills.
P2 in this
Matty Fu-
race. This is all for pride.
All for
All for pride at this point.
I think Marvin might drop down to P4, and you may have said like Frederick may
Oh,
get P3
Tom!
here.
Almost
Tom?
lost it. Almost
he's
lost
in-
it on the exit of Villeneuve. But he's made it. He's kept it okay there. Tom's
see.
still on for P2.
This is a fantastic race. Luke Mills under pressure from Nathan Powers. As it stands, Nathan Powers would get P5 because of Matty with 9 seconds worth of penalties. Frederick with 6
Another
seconds
one
worth
to
of
make the
penalties.
most from harvesting everyone else's penalties. Merrick, P9 now on the back of
P9,
Johnny in the Red Bull.
You know
Absolutely
what?
no
Merrick
penalties.
might
He's
drop-
going to gain
Marvin's overtaking
positions
Tom Moira.
here.
Marvin's overtaking Tom Moira. I don't think it matters for the final standings. It's all for pride. But Ellis is on the back of Tom Moira. Let's see if he makes a move down into the first
I
Ravazza
think
on the
this might
outside.
be,
Fantastic maneuver. It doesn't matter about the standings at this point. The racing is fantastic. But
as we
coming
get
over
through
the
now,
line, Matthias Gola with the victory. Marvin P2 on track. Tom Moira.
As
Ellis
we'll see, Marek
does get
gets-
P3. Let's see. Marek gets P3. He's still P3. Oh, it's
I
a
told you to watch
fantastic
him.
result.
I told you to watch him.
Oh, what a
P3.
fantastic race. Marek.
Stolen the final step on the podium. Take a bow,
Oh,
my friend. You've kept it
fantastic.
clean. Kept your head in it. Great job.
Driver of the
I
day.
think he might
well
be my
deserved.
driver of the day. as
Well
well.
deserved. Right, fantastic racing from everyone of PC1 here.
I'm out of
Beautiful
breath.
drive. I'm stunned. Those few last laps. I'm sorry if I was speaking so much, but there was so much going on.
That's too much to speak about.
Yeah, there wasn't enough time. So,
There we go.
do you want to do an
Great
interview?
job.
Shall we try and get someone in for an interview, maybe?
Put it in the chat and see if people are
Yeah,
up for it.
I-
Definitely
I-
go for the top 3.
Yeah, I can't because obviously if I tab out, like, it closes. But yeah, let's see if we can get a driver interview, one of the top 3 podium. If anyone
just
does.
tab out anyway. Just quickly put it in. I don't quite know where to look.
Yeah,
VBR
so-
Marvin in the Ferrari gets the fastest lap points, so that P6 gonna give him 9 points. Oh, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable race.
Sorry for the stream for it to cut out there on the black. Tom Moira wants on the interview, I think.
Nice. All right, just
we getting
flick
loads of
through
them in?
the whoever's up for it, but I think it's normally top 3. Can you just do the race director quickly?
The race director, yes, I will. Incidents. See if I can get
I'm
through.
frantically taking screenshots right now.
I can't get through all of it. I do apologize in advance. We'll see.
Okay, I think I got him.
Okay, fantastic. But
I'm gonna
what
be
a
dumping like 25
fantastic
screenshots.
race. What an absolutely fantastic race.
Oh,
What I'm
my
going to do
goodness
is I'm going
me.
to switch it over to the other screen, and then we're going to try and get someone in for an interview.
Absolutely.
Over
By
here.
the looks of things, so far we have Mateus and Tom
Yes, and Tom.
up
So,
for an interview. So just see if anyone else wants to come in. Then we'll just go from, from the order of the finishing, I suppose. So do is it Mateus once? We'll do Mateus last. Oh,
no, I think we'll do Mateus first. P1 first.
okay. Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do P1 first, I think, is the best way of going about it. Oh, what a race! Oh, speaking
What a
of,
race.
Matthias and Tom Moira joining us in the channel right now. Hello, gentlemen. What a fantastic race you all pulled off today. Loved it.
Yeah, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
That was a good race, yeah.
That was
The
fantastic.
safety car on the end was game changing for me. To my surprise, no one pitted in front of me for
Well,
new tires.
Yeah, we were
just-
surprised by that as well.
Right.
I
A
just
little bit,
passed
but,
the line already. Like I couldn't even have pit, and if I pit a lap later, I would have been behind you. And I think if Martowski wouldn't have
okay.
lost it, I think I maybe could have held on. I
Well,
held on.
Very interesting.
Very interesting from the from yourself there, maybe. But who knows?
We thought sort of about halfway through the race, maybe even a bit earlier, that would be it. No more pit stops, mediums and hards for everyone. It would just be a case of who keeps it clean and who goes to the end. But that last safety car really threw a spanner into the mix.
Yeah.
It was a
Quite
fantastic
annoyed
race.
that came out.
Yeah, it was a
I can imagine. I think I would be in that situation as well.
I mean, I was 4 seconds ahead. Might get the penalty removed, not sure, but
Oh right.
But it was a fantastic
Damn.
race from everyone. Matthias, congratulations for extending your lead at the top of the championship, if my memory serves.
Yes.
A fantastic
Yes.
drive from you.
He's the man of Italy, taking both wins that we've
Both
had in
wins at
Italy
Italy.
this year. Very well done indeed.
Yeah,
Much as-
Italy is fantastic place for me. But I want to thank you to Tom for a nice battle. We gave each other a place to racing, and that was a fantastic 2 last laps. So congrats to him as well.
There you
It's
go.
very nice to hear. It was very, very exciting to watch on the stream. A lot of
Yeah.
fair racing, I must say, especially at the front. We couldn't really keep up half the time, but no.
Yeah, honestly, it was insane.
A lot of good racing, so it was really great to see. We have Marek who's in the call now as well.
Is
Oh,
Marek in the call as
wow.
well, is he?
Absolutely,
Marek.
yeah.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the podium, P3. By just keeping your race clean, how do you feel?
The race wasn't clean at all.
Fair enough.
But
He's honest.
the safety car helped a lot, actually. So
I had my eye on you as well, especially when you got past your teammate for P9, thinking, "Hang on a minute, he hasn't got penalties.
He's got no penalties. What's going on here?
How far up the grid is he gonna go?"
You picked
What a-
Frederick
that
Ellis
was-
at the end.
For P3. All three of you drove a fantastic race. If I may go to you, Tom, how was it battling with the new reserve in the Ferrari? You seem very on pace, very quick. How was it?
Marvin.
Yes, the Marvin. That's the one.
Well, I mean, I thought he had the pace, but then like 4 laps in, his light was flashing. And I had 50%, so
Oh.
then I knew, like, okay, that's all intention there. So I basically just stuck with him, and then when he came back with DRS, and you could see on I just let him go. Like, turn 1 is not really the place to fight. Go side by side, especially on the outside. But yeah, I saw he had no ERS. And
Oh.
yeah, I mean, as of then I knew.
Just playing it smart.
Fair
But
enough.
also, when he went into the wall, I don't know what lap it was. He was ahead of me. And I think then I saw the X sign up next to his name, like disconnected.
Okay.
Then I think he like glitched into me and then went into the wall or something. Like, I don't know if I hit him,
That
but I can
sounds
show
like
by
a
my
broken
footage.
F1 2021 feature if I've ever
I
seen
don't know,
it.
but that can't be.
Well,
But yeah,
it-
at the end. Go on.
Well, I was going to say it was fantastic watching you two battle. It was fantastic watching, like from my perspective, like you two were having a lovely fight at the front. Shame about like some of the other front runners from the qualifying. To be fair, like Globetrotter was up there, and I think he must have just binned it out of a corner or something.
Yeah, quali is also something. I was 1.5 tenths up into the final corner, easy pole by like a tenth.
I saw
But
this.
this Red Bull guy, I mean,
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Yeah, the Red Bull did get in
I'm not
the
gonna
way.
say more.
No.
Yeah, we
No,
can
I'll
imagine
just
the
say
low.
I'll just say as a fellow Alfa Romeo driver, my heart sunk.
Yeah,
Absolutely sunk when I saw that. But
I can only
I
imagine
suppose it
the
happens,
obscenities coming
it's-
out of your mouth.
it's a tricky track to stay
I mean,
out of the way,
P2
very
is
narrow.
P2 is like almost the better.
The better
It's a
line
long
up to
run
the
into
first
turn
corner
one.
is
Yeah,
the better line
but
going into
pole has
Tamburello.
to pole has to turn right a bit in the first like 200 meters, so that
Mm,
compromises the run.
it does, yeah.
But
Moving on to
also,
our...
I don't know why. Sorry.
No, go
Just
for it, go for it.
Okay. Well, I knew I mean the only overtaking place is turn 1 really, if I defend correctly. So on the penultimate lap onto the final, on the lap 30 onto 31, I just defended the inside, used all of my battery. I knew Osirek would do that as well. And that worked brilliantly, but I don't know why. I don't know how I could be so stupid and leave the inside open onto the final lap. Like, he did get past, but if I were on the inside, I mean, I don't know, it's my mistake. At the end I just let them go. I mean, there's no point in battling since they've got more
Yeah.
penalties. And
Yeah, these things
I
happen.
think-
You know, P2 is still a very strong finish as well.
finally a clean race.
That's what we like to see, especially.
Because I had some races where I was on pole, but then twice stuck after a safety car behind someone who couldn't even see me on their screen. So, I mean, really happy right now.
Well,
That's
moving
good to
on
hear.
to arguably the star of this race, and I say that because he's 100% my driver of the day. David, you said he was your driver of the day. Marek, P3, well driven, I would say. Even though finishing down the order with just not having penalties and keeping yourself clean, you managed to get P3. Fantastic drive for yourself.
Thanks. I appreciate those words, but unfortunately, I couldn't like show myself in fighting because of the early incident with Globetrotter when he came back to the circuit in a very dangerous way. Shit happens, but hopefully the safety cars helped me a lot. Congratulations to Mateusz Gola. A very great drive, second win in a row. Yeah,
Thank you. And
focus
thank
on
you
him
for a
now.
podium.
Yeah,
And
he'll
for
have more to say.
We had a talk before you joined, so.
and before obviously
Oh.
race winner, fantastic drive to yourself, Matthias, keeping it clean. I will say, what inspired the hards? Because everyone around you went onto the mediums, and I was sort of sitting there going, "You're going to be a lot slower." So, why did you do that?
Start on the mediums.
Did you start on the mediums or something? I'm not sure.
No, it was softs, but
Oh.
I was confused. I didn't even know what lap that was, and I was thinking that I'm going the safe option, and of course that was incorrect decision. But nevertheless, I would be P2, I guess, without the penalties. on this hard. So when no safety car came up, so yeah, not bad. But
Yeah.
with this safety car, even better. I will take that, and I took the chance to win, and I did it.
Yeah, definitely. And Imola's still a very new track to the game as well. So, especially if you haven't got the chance to really get down and do much running of it, you might not know the strategies, or I
Yeah.
doubt everyone's an expert on this track at the moment. So I think they just made it all the more exciting, and yet we still have the same 3 usual suspects getting the top 3 as well for a very, very fun championship fight. So I can only look forward to seeing what you guys do in your next races as well. So good luck.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
good luck. And I think, if I may, I think we'll be ending things there for the timing reasons and whatnot. Just want to say congratulations again for our front 3. Marek with P3, Tom with P2, and Matthias Göhler, our championship leader, with P1. Well done.
Yes,
well raced by you
congratulations.
all. Thank you for joining us in the commentary booth.
The booth.
For some post-race interviews, and I hope that you all do well for next week in, I believe it's Hungary, right?
Yes. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Or safety cars.
Can you
yeah.
guys
Or safety
commentate
cars.
next week as well?
We'll see what
We'll see what we can do.
We'll see what our Lord and Savior Woj says, but I would love to.
It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, but it's been a
All
pleasure
right,
as always.
see you later, guys.
I'll see
Yeah,
you
thank
guys in a
bye.
bit.
See you later.
Yeah,
And
see you.
thank you, David, for being my co-commentator for this week.
Yeah, no worries. Let's
Um,
hope we do it again. That was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed that. It was a massive race, fantastic racing from everyone. Not just congratulations to the top three, but for everyone that participated.
Oh yeah, you can't have an exciting race without a full grid. So yeah, it's
Exactly.
very nice to see.
And
All right.
but I hope we'll all see you next week for Ero Pc1
Yes.
Hungary. Keep yourself safe,
See
everyone.
everyone next week in one way or another, either on the grid or in the commentary booth.
I'm hungry of Hungary.
Yeah,
what
And on,
Ah.
and on that
All right,
note,
we'll
we're
just
going to
leave it
end
there.
things here.
No one
We're going to
say
end
anything,
things
everyone
here.
just
I'll see you in a bit.
leave.